Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Federal government has unveiled a strategic focus for Nigerian youth in 2025, prioritizing the provision of accesses to capital and job creation. Minister of Youth Development, Comrade Ayodele Olowande, who made this known during the closing ceremony of the 7th National Council on Youth Development held in Borno State, pointed out 6 critical areas of focus in the coming year aimed at empowering and transforming the nation's young population. The theme was transforming and repositioning the Nigerian youth to thrive and catalyze economic development. The event highlighted the government's commitment to youth development. Director, Information and Public Relations, Omolara Esan, in a statement said the 6 priorities areas outlined by the minister include access to capital, job creation, empowerment, skill development, entrepreneurship support, and youth involvement in decision-making processes. According to the minister, Nigerian sustainable growth and economic progress hinge on the empowerment of its youth, who make up over 60% of the population and represent the nation's greatest strengths. Barrister Manki, we've been had several thoughts. I don't know if you were, I'm not sure you were the one on my guest show when I talked about the Empower situation that happened during the last president administration, that we really didn't know how it went on. And then we've had cases of youth empowerment and all of that, but we haven't, had something tangible to say about it. What do you have to say about the situation coming from the federal government that they want to create job opportunities for youth coming year 2025?
It's the same deception. I call them attention diversion tactics. that is a game. You understand? I was watching this live documentary. This crow, 2 of them, they perch on a support platform, and they watch a cat that was feeding on something that is of interest to them nutritionally. So I don't know how they communicated between themselves. So one of the crow left the podium and pulled back behind the cat and picked the tail of the cat. The moment the crow used the beak to pick the tail of the cat in a move to defend itself, that you have to be very careful, for instance, when you are made angry, because sometimes the purpose is to divert your attention. And sometimes when people make you angry, you say things uncontrollably. Yeah. You have to be very, very careful. Those who have undergone things like adversity intelligence, they are always conscious when people seek to make them angry. There's something around that they want to play around. So they are always alert. Either they'll be quiet. So the moment that very crow picked the tail of the cat turned to fight back. The one that was on the podium now landed and picked the food. And then that one automatically flew up, and both of them went to go to somewhere to have a good day with him. So it's so unfortunate. Why I use the word unfortunate is that this government is ready to sink every bright mind into its consuming pot of misdirection. That's how I call it. There's what we call, in law, there's what we call fraudulent misrepresentation. When you talk about fraudulent misrepresentation, you are talking about a situation wherein, for instance, I'm lying to you, and I'm very certain that what I am telling you is a lie, and I'm deliberate about it, and I'm bent to force it on you and to misdirect you. If you ask me about what I am making you to believe, I know that it's a lie. It's not a truth.
So what do you have to say about this?
So most of these individuals, like you talk about the Empower, the government knows what to do. It's like when they were talking about student loan. Now they use the so-called student loan as a bait to divert the attention of the student. Meanwhile, students ought to have, that's why when I look back, in those days when I was an undergraduate. I shared that with you sometime in this studio. In the days of Maegun, Thomas Sankara, and the rest of them, students would have given federal government ultimatum about refining of petroleum product in this country. And under 1 month, Bola Tinubu would have been forced. Many Kyari would have run out of this country. I'm telling you. But they carefully came. They are now buying buses for SUG. And they recruit through the school authority. They recruit through the school authority, stooges for themselves. Meanwhile, on the other hand, this university, they are also promoting people to become professors, not based on merit. Professors that they intend to use as electoral fraud validators. You will hear professors reading votes that he never wrote, that he never witnessed, and he will be behaving like the chief executive of Edo State when he's reading budget. I'm sorry, 6 million. Sorry, this is complicated. All manner of nonsense. You have their counterpart abroad. University is supposed to be knowledge export zone.
So do you
where people export ideas.
Think job creation from the federal government coming year 2025, it's something that we should be anticipating?
What basis? And that's why I use it. I'm very practical and honest about the use of words. I'm deliberate about it. Is an attention. When they put this down now, you will now see students or youth gravitating, fighting, seeking who will get which position, and then they will tell you have to, like, what do you call it, cooking for puppies. You see all those kind of projects, fanciful and cosmetic, attention diverting projects. They just use that to divert the attention of the youth. They know the right thing to do. That's why recently, I think, Court of Appeal in the North told the anti-graft organization, because some of these justices of the court at the higher level, based on the exposure through the cases that they have, they know the ruiners of our future in this country as the political class. And they made it clear to them, forget about these petty thieves that are manifesting through the so-called Yahoo, and go after the mass grave killers, the mass killers, those who will embezzle money meant for highways that are consuming the lives of our people.
Okay, thank you.
Those who were giving money that were supposed to use to buy equipment and chase out our criminals, and then they will divert the money. So if the government is sincere, let's be honest to ourselves. Sadly, most of these people who are heading this organization, they were trained abroad. Do you understand? That's why I call it a sinking sand. They just bring them in with the intention of just using the system to sink them in. If you check the entire system, you notice that, do you think that the cabinet of Nigeria, the capacity of individuals there, do you think they do not know what is happening in petroleum industry? This is the only country, member of OPEC, that does not have a functional refinery. Nigeria. This is the only country that is a member of OPEC that don't have a functional refinery. Okay,
so Barrister, in essence, we should just be hopeful and anticipate for the job creation that the federal government...
Until there is a sincere change of mind, right?
Okay.
These things are just, how would I call it, Halloween stories.
All right.
That will take us nowhere.